Oh man, you guys, it's Grace. I messed up this week. Damn it. Mercury's in retrograde, and somehow I deleted the audio file for this week's episode. Curses! I'm so frustrated with myself right now. But I'm giving you this disclaimer that Nick salvaged what he could of the camera audio. If you want to listen to that, here it is. Again, I'm so sorry. I don't think we talked about anything that's significant. Not to, discredit us in any way. Absolutely not. We had a lovely episode this episode. But, it's not like one of us got engaged. So at least there's that. Again, I'm so sorry, y'all. Mercury's doing funky things. I didn't even get to talk about it in this episode, but Google it and everyone be conscious of their communications and their technologies. All right, enjoy this week's episode if you can. This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
You guys, if you are watching today's podcast, let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
The very tan elephant in the room.
Guys,
not to say that you're an elephant.
I know. I said it
in symbols.
I can already feel the comments of like, you look great. I know. I'm not calling myself an elephant, except that I'm very kind and, oh, sorry. Larry he makes this little squeaky noise when he drinks water. You okay, bud? Okay, he got it. He's not good at drinking water, just like his mama. But so anyway, I am going to Mexico tomorrow. And so today is the day I'm doing a lot of random little heaters. Like this and that. It's like we're recording today on a Sunday instead of a Tuesday.
On a Sunday, on the Lord's Day.
On the Lord's Day. And I realized right before you were about to come over, I was like, oh shit, the spray tan place closes early on Sunday. It's kind of now or never.
Yeah.
So I rushed my little butt to Silver Lake. Yeah. I got sprayed down by a complete stranger, as one does. Nice. I go to check out. I go, hey, I know I have tech neck, but I've got full, very dark light. She had to like buff me out. I am so brown right now.
Yeah, and you look very like you've retired in Florida.
I could give tan mom a run for her money.
It looks good. It
will look good when I shower.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like this is a departure. I saw you last night.
Yeah.
You did not look like that. I did not look so was a bit shocking to walk into.
Did you just see my eyes and teeth?
Also, I'm looking at the viewfinder from a distance, and look, we have one camera angle, so it looks, so you guys know we're in the same room, but God, we could not look like we are in different rooms more.
We look like we're in different centuries.
This looks like a ABC sitcom where this like retired woman's like academic sister comes back to live with her. And
I'm like, go get me my fuzzy navels.
I'm like, I gotta go coach the girls' basketball team first.
I mean, you look like you go to a private school in France. And your family was like, you're gonna go stay with Maud in Florida, and she's gonna teach you how to smoke cigarettes. I'm very dark right now. It's the spray tan purgatory. I've talked about this at length. When you get a spray tan, you have like 4 hours before you can shower. Yeah. And I mean, it has its perks, because like before you were coming over, I was like, Chip, will you do the dishes? I can't get wet. You know what I mean? He does the dishes anyway. Let's just throw that out there. But like, I can't let beans lick me. I'd have like a weird like tongue mark. So I'm in the purgatory as it darkens, and I just feel I need everyone to know this look is in poor timing, not in poor taste.
There you go. That's the right way to put it.
Wow.
I mean, it's getting a spray tan.
I know.
Is honestly such a crazy thing. That you're like, I've decided today I'm going to get naked in front of a stranger and let them coat my body in a substance.
Yes, luckily.
Head to toe, all the crevices.
She doesn't get in the crevices. I mean, under the boob, under the butt cheek, but
there you go. That's all of them.
I wear the paper thongs because I like a tan line.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Hey, some people are into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a tan line is fun.
That's what Elliot is the same way because he's a Florida boy.
Yes. Well, I think it's twofold. Mm-hmm. I think it's Florida boy or like Southeast boy.
Yeah.
In the chip world. But also, I think it's boy of a certain age because you have to think about like that.
They're raised on MTV Spring Break.
MTV Spring Break. They're raised on like Budweiser babes.
Yeah.
And Baywatch.
Yeah.
I don't know if like younger generation people
I feel like
need a tan line.
I feel like the younger generation is like, that will kill you. It's going to give you cancer. Why would we do that?
You're telling me you stayed by the pool long enough to have a Playboy bunny sticker sunburned onto your hip.
Or you went to an indoor facility and sat in a bed.
Coffin.
Yeah, basically an air fryer and let yourself get what you could get naturally outside.
Oh my God. I'm not going to lie. If tanning beds weren't terrible for you, like thinking of my life now, that would be like a moment of solitude.
Oh, I went
what I mean?
I had a big Jersey kind of rollover when I first moved to Brooklyn, and I went to tanning beds.
Brooklyn?
In Brooklyn.
I didn't even know they had them in Brooklyn.
There was one that I would go to, and I didn't tell anyone.
You were a secretive little girl.
But I was sunburned all the time, and I would go and do improv, and I get like nervous and red on stage anyway, so I look like a fucking like red rocket pop. And I'd be like, at least no one knows I've gone tanning today.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I tanned a little in high school.
Yeah.
Because I've talked about this before. In my small town, we had Take Two tanning and video. Okay.
Right, yeah.
You didn't just have a video store or just a tanning bed place. You had a little video store where either side, there were like basically walk-in closets.
Yeah.
With tanning beds in them. So you'd go and you'd be like, hey, I'd like to rent 10 things I hate about you and do 20 minutes in the tanning bed. But I always tried to do it, like some girls kept it consistent. Mine was always like the mad dash before prom.
Yeah. Like this? Like you getting a spray tan before we have to podcast?
Listen, if spray tans existed in high school, life would have been different.
I think it would have.
Yeah.
I'm like, would I have...
Or college.
Like, getting a spray tan is maintenance.
It is
maintenance.
A little bit, but like it just fades. It's like you're gonna look good for like a week. You're gonna look healthier for a week, you know? And this is like an organic one. This is like beet juice and some other stuff. But I think about, I know.
What?
It's organic, baby.
It's good for you.
California. But I think about all the spring breaks in college that I went to a very sunny destination and got like uncomfortably, awkwardly sunburned on day one because I was like, I gotta get some color.
Yeah.
And then like you fall asleep and then you're like hobbling.
I gotta get a base. Let me get a base. Let me get a base. What does that mean? It's
Drop
just
that base.
I'm getting melanoma. Is what I'm getting.
Absolutely. So we're spray tanning it up. No shame except for these 4 hours.
Nice.
But my Instagrams are going to be fire this week.
They're going to be incredible. Are you guys excited for Mexico?
I am. I still have some like work to do while I'm there.
Yeah.
But I just need to have some hours by a pool doing nothing because I feel like despite, I'm sure some people listening are like, you travel constantly. But I like, which is true.
Two things can be true at once. You can travel a lot and you can also get a lot of work done.
Well, that's the thing is like, I'm not showing me being getting a bunch of writing done when I'm also in
Reminder, the internet is a bit of a lie.
Yeah, baby, I am absolutely giving you the good.
Yeah, I'm giving you the top 10% of my lived experience.
Right? And then you get the humbled sepia tone I just rolled around in red clay version to like bring me back down to earth.
There you go.
Oh man. Okay, so did you dress like France meets America in honor of the Olympics?
No.
At purpose at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on here. I got this new shirt and I was like, let me put that on. And then I was like, I'm going to Mamrie's. It's going to be cold. Let me put a sweater on. Oh, I'll wear a matching, sensible red, white, and blue situation.
It looks really cute.
Thanks. It feels a bit much, but
Look at
here
me.
we are. Look at me. Here we are.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, one of the reasons we're in here because it's very hot out and so like the back house is hot, but also because I can't sweat.
Right.
I can't sweat and I would look like a weird lava lamp.
I meant to ask you this before we started recording.
Okay, what is happening?
But is your carbon monoxide okay now?
We're good.
Okay.
We woke up.
Last night, we went out to dinner, Elliot and I, Mamrie and Chip. We came over here to have a drink before we went out to dinner, and the two of them were just standing at their front door with everything wide open, being like, you walked into chaos. The carbon monoxide's going off, and we don't know if it's been going off for a while.
Listen. Okay, I forget where we were coming back from yesterday, but we come back here, and then, like, you know, I'm doing the quick, like, tidy up the house before guests come over, like, little things. Chip goes to the store to, like, you know, grab some beers and things, comes in, and within 5 minutes, the most ear-piercing noise of all time happens. There's no smoke. I blew out a candle, so I'm like, is it this? And Chip's like, yeah. And then I was like, no, this deafening sound is coming from a new place. Yeah. So it was our carbon monoxide detector. Going crazy. But then the other one didn't go off. But it's so scary because it's like, you know when a smoke alarm goes off. Yeah. You see the smoke. Yeah. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer.
I know, that's what I was like, is there...
I got drunk last night because, clearly, because I would have been scared going to bed.
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, no one in my adult life has prepared me for actually if this situation happens. Right. Elliot and I were just like, do we have a carbon monoxide? And he was like,
did you check?
I'm reminding myself now in real time to go back after this and put batteries in ours, because ours has been without a battery forever, because I think it was going off, I don't know, I couldn't even tell you when or how long it's not been attached to our wall.
Well, here's what I didn't know. So then Elliot goes, well, have you started seeing spirits? Right. Because that's a sign of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Then I guess you see little aliens, little green men, little, like, that your reality gets distorted. Insane. Yeah, so, I mean, it seemed like we left last night, we're like, I hope they're good in there tonight. I hope they're good. Isn't there a way to, test, like a backup test?
We said, like a strip, like a, you know, how you, like, put a strip in water and you'll be like, there's lead in there.
Right. Like a pool pH strip.
Yeah, so luckily, I think it was a fluke. Here's to hoping.
Hungry Root is the easiest way to eat healthy. They send you fresh, high-quality groceries, simple, delicious recipes, and essential supplements. It's like having someone else do all of the planning and the shopping so you don't even have to think about it. That's my absolute favorite thing in the world currently. Hungry Root gets to know your personal health goals, your dietary restrictions, your favorite foods, how much time you want to spend cooking, and more. Then they build you a personalized cart with all of your grocery needs for the week, including easy 4-ingredient recipes to put those groceries to use. Each order is fully customizable, so you can take their suggestions or you can choose anything you want. Like, I'm kind of leaning into a no dairy situation right now, so I substituted all of my groceries for non-dairy options. Super easy to do. They've got fresh produce, high quality meat and seafood, healthy snacks, smoothies, sweets, ready to eat meals, kids snacks and meals, vitamins and supplements. I also got some new protein powder because you know I'm doing that beast body and I need protein to get these muscles beastie. Everything from Hungry Root follows a simple standard. It's got to taste good, be quick to make, and contain whole trusted ingredients. I just ordered a Korean barbecue chicken and broccoli with rice that took like 15 minutes to make, and a zesty ground chicken taco salad that took 9 minutes to make, substituted with non-dairy cheese, of course. Right now, Hungry Root is offering This Might Get Weird listeners 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Just go to hungryroot.com/TMGW to get 40% off your first delivery and get your free veggies. Again, that's hungryroot.com/TMGW. Don't forget to use our link so they know that we sent you. Whether you're off to the pool, hiking, or traveling this summer, you're bringing your microbiome with you too. That's 38 trillion bacteria that live in and on you, especially in your gut, and are essential to whole body health. Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic benefits your gut, skin, and heart health in just 2 capsules a day. I have learned the importance of a balanced microbiome in the last year, and Seed is an excellent resource. It's super easy to fit it into your daily routine. It doesn't need to be refrigerated. They have a patented capsule-in-capsule design, which means that all 24 strands of bacteria survive the journey from shipping to your door through digestion without synthetic or chemical coatings. And again, no refrigeration needed. They also offer a free travel vial in the welcome kit that allows you to take DS-01 on the go. One of the great things about Seed is it's backed by science. Lots of science. With clinical trials and breakthrough research published in top scientific journals, Seed's probiotic research and development make DS-01 a product that you can trust. Not only has every ingredient been tested individually in scientific studies for their safety, dosage, and benefits, but the DS-01 formulation as a whole has been evaluated in 2 clinical trials. And that refill that you might need, it's already on the way. Probiotics and prebiotics work best when they are used consistently. Basically like any other routine health habits, like, getting a daily walk or eating enough fruits and veggies. You have to stay consistent to see the benefits, and Seed's subscription service easily builds DS-01 into your routine. So support your gut this summer with Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. Go to seed.com/weird and use code 25TMGW to get 25% off your first month. That's 25% off your first month of Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic at seed.com/weird, code 25TMGW.
But speaking of stuff that got weird.
Yeah.
Okay. I had the funniest little interaction earlier this week.
Okay.
So I went to a screening of a movie, which was actually really great, and I'll wait to talk about it because it doesn't come out till mid-September.
Okay.
It's a great movie with a terrible name.
Okay.
It's called My Old Ass.
Okay.
It's Aubrey Plaza. It's a great movie. But so I go to this screening, and it's on a lot, and the Amazon lot.
Yeah.
And I go up there, and I'm driving, and Kiwi's in the passenger seat, and you have to show your IDs and all that jazz, and Kiwi hands me hers. I look in my wallet and realize that my ID is in my pants I wore today.
Classic.
Right?
Couldn't be more classic.
I happen to have an 8-year expired ID. I ain't kidding. A license from when I first moved to California.
Yeah, just in your wallet?
In my wallet.
Yeah.
That has a full hole punch in it.
Yeah, that it's not good.
Right. And I just hand it to him and don't say anything, right? I'm like, oh fuck, did I fuck this up? So they're just looking, and I am waiting, they're whispering among themselves, these 2 guys. I'm like, oh my God, they're calling security.
Yeah.
I was like, there's this woman tried to give us a 10-year-old expired ID. These women are crazy. So they give us our badges, and then they give Kiwi her ID back, and they still got mine. And I see one peel off and go to the other security hut. I'm like, how do I even explain this?
Yeah, full discussion.
I clearly handed them the oldest ID with a hole punch in it, right? And I don't even say anything to Kiwi. I'm like, this is taking a while, right? So this man is looking me up and down, and I'm like, fuck, here we go.
Yeah.
And then he just goes, are you Ivan?
What?
He's holding someone else's ID. Just fully a man's ID. And just goes, are you Ivan? What? I don't know how we got our IDs messed up. He went to go hand my expired one to a guy named Ivan and give me Ivan's ID.
What?
So this whole time, I feel like I'm about to be clobbered like a terrorist.
Yeah.
This man, I think, just had
an off day.
Whatever it is where you can't recognize faces.
Oh, that thing that Brad Pitt says he has.
Yes, and should not be working that hard.
That is the primary part of his job.
He asked me if my name was Ivan and started to hand me a man's ID.
Did you get your old ID back?
I think so. I blacked out.
Kind of best case scenario that if they happen to lose your ID, it was a...
Well, no, I said, if they take this and don't give it back to me, I won't ever say a word.
Yeah.
Because who cares? But no, it wasn't that I handed them an ID that's been expired since 2013. It's that they thought I was Ivan.
Wow, that'll throw you for a loop.
I was thrown.
And, if someone's just checking your ID, it does technically, show that you're Mamrie Hart.
I know, it does. It does. Did you have a fake ID in college?
No, and I was so scared of ever pursuing one, but I did go into New York once when a high school friend got her fake ID.
Like that was the mission of the trip?
Yeah, like
wow.
she organized all of it, and like I just sort of tagged along, I think with one other friend, and she like got it in some like apartment on like Lower East Side.
No
I
way.
don't even remember.
Now, did they like splice it together? Because when you'd see in movies, they'd be like, they hold up a big cardboard cutout. That's an ID.
No, hers, I wish I had a more clear memory of this scenario, but I remember it was like not even her picture. It was like a girl that kind of looked like her.
Well, that was mine in college, and I would have to go up to the bouncer and like scrunch my face.
Yeah.
I had to look like I was about to sneeze.
Yeah. I feel like at what point are we going to get rid of the physical ID?
And
like,
it's gonna be an eye scan?
Or something on your phone, or something that like passes versus like having this extra little, here's my card.
Yeah, but I guess you couldn't make it your phone, because then that's like kind of discriminatory to people who like can't afford a phone. But when I go to the airport now, they fully just like scan my face.
Yeah,
Biometrics.
Faces are getting scanned everywhere. I was doing some backup stuff for my email, and it was like, you can restore it by having your face scanned. I was like, what?
Here's the question.
Honestly, kind of okay with that, because I can never remember my passwords that I change.
I have so many questions right now.
Yeah.
Okay, here's two things.
Mm-hmm.
One, there's how many billion people in the world? 7?
This is a question that makes me feel incredibly stupid, because I'm like,
what would you guess?
8 billion?
I was gonna go 8, and then I rounded it. How many people
are in the world?
Are in the world.
This does feel like, a thing that people should know.
It's almost 8.
Okay.
Yeah, 7.9 billion. You're telling me everyone's face is unique?
Right. But when I put a hat on, you can't recognize me anymore.
And then my other thing is, now with so many people getting such similar plastic surgery, like there's a slew of women online I think is the same person who probably aren't. You know what I mean? Between Real Housewives and like, is that a Kardashian? Or is that a Kardashian friend or assistant? Like they all go to the same people, and so it's all at what point does like facial recognition become facial blindness?
I don't know. I mean, I do think the technology is advanced enough that it can discern the differences, but I'm with you. If it were up to me, if I was that security guard, I'd be terrible at my job.
Yeah,
I'd be giving
Ivan
ID to everyone.
Also, I'm nervous because I sneezed a couple times. My nose was running, and I'm nervous.
You're just tan, and you seem like a coked out Boca Raton retiree.
I mean, look, you guys, I gotta keep it real. But speaking of retiree, I've got, Grace, get ready.
Yeah.
A granny rant.
Granny rant. Granny rant. Granny rant. We got a problem with something.
That's the first time we've ever done that.
In real time, totally worth the hundreds and hundreds of dollars spent on this device.
Grace came over with this thing looking like a damn DJ.
Yeah.
And she was like, and it's got summer. And I was like, is this why we got this?
Yeah, that and is excellent machine.
Oh man, I'm sorry I'm Sniffles McGee. Here's my granny rant.
Yeah, this is good because I have one too.
You do?
Yeah, I can add on to this.
Okay. I went to CVS earlier.
Okay.
And this is when I was in real clothes and not in a robe. I went to CVS earlier, and I got, quite a few things, the stuff you always buy before you go on vacation.
Yeah.
And there was a long line. Clearly, there was one woman at the register, and like it was like a whole thing. You know what I mean? There was like a return, or she was complaining about something, or who knows.
Yeah.
So I moseyed my ass to the self-checkout.
Yeah.
And I checked out all my items, and they're always annoying. It's always like the weight doesn't match. It's a bitch.
Yeah.
To do self-checkout.
Yeah.
I think if you take the self-checkout aisle, you should get a 5% discount on your total order.
Right. Well, see, okay, I'm with you, except because I love self-checkout, and the Target that I go to has it closed all the time because people are just, I believe, stealing stuff like crazy. And I get so bummed because I've never worked as a I have. My first job at TJ Maxx, I had to learn the cashier for a brief moment, and it flustered me.
Oh, I worked at a grocery store that didn't have scanners.
Wild.
I had to put in the
Codes.
price of everything.
Wild. But there's something very cathartically fun about it when you don't have it as like your job full time.
Right.
And
I see what you're saying.
I fancy myself pretty efficient at doing it. So like when I see it available, that's my choice always. Unless like I have to have something checked for ID.
But here's the thing. It is not my preferred checkout. Unless if I have one thing, cool, whatever. But if I'm pulling up there with like 20 little items, especially if you're at the grocery store and I'm not leaving there without produce.
Of course.
So I've got to weigh it.
See, I was doing that the other day at Target when they finally had them open again. I was like, this is amazing. And I was like, oh, look at me go. Looking these up so quick. And there's some avocados.
You're doing role play.
I literally was living like my business girl fantasy.
Well, did you have like a toy checkout thing?
Yeah, I didn't have that, but I would circle it in the JCPenney toy catalog.
Yeah. You would love it. But no, I personally feel like if I'm not given a choice, and I'm saving you the hassle of your line growing.
Yeah.
I should get a 5% discount on total items because it's about how, you're ringing up more and more.
Yeah. Honestly, the more items, the more discount, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, or just saying in general, like if I spend I don't care if it's 2%. But if I spend $100, I don't care if I get $2 off for ringing myself up.
But I don't think they can rationalize giving a discount in the lane that people are actively stealing from, which is a problem for them.
But once again, it's not my fault.
Right. And you can scan my face at that little screen that's above it and know that I am putting every item that I am purchasing in this bag.
I know. I have gotten tempted to steal something before, though.
Really? Yeah, I
My
bet.
voice got deeper on that.
Every time there is the intrusive thought, like you know how the intrusive thoughts of like when you're younger in the car, like what if I open this door right now?
Every single time I ever drove anywhere.
I'm like, what if I just put this little mascara in there and I don't do the little beep beep before? Who would know?
I know. Well, more for me, it was less like the thrill.
Yeah.
Because I had those thrills in high school. my like robbing adrenaline has already been fully dumped. You know what I mean? I was walking out at Abercrombie and Fitch like Joey with all his clothes on. Or like me when I went on the plane and they were like, your bag's overweight.
Yes.
That was me leaving every American Eagle in high school with stolen clothes. But with this, it's more like, because of the roundness of this eyeliner pencil that costs $5, it's not scanning the barcode. You're telling me I gotta go get an employee? Yeah. I could just flip it in that bag and no one would know the norm.
Right?
Sorry, we are not condoning shoplifting.
No, I like
Just
self-checkout because it does make me feel like an independent woman that's following the rules and doing it efficiently.
Good for you. I'm lazy. And I also, and sometimes I like a little interaction.
Yeah.
Listen, if we self-checked out all the time, we'd have nothing to talk about on this podcast. We gotta talk to people.
That's true. I will say those cameras above the self-checkouts, like true devil device. True. Like during treatment, I had gone to Target like frequently just to be like, gotta get out of the house.
Yeah.
And it was always there, those cameras, and I was like, damn, I'm a sick girl. But even when I was fine, even now, when I'm like, I know I look better, I'm like, damn, am I still a sick girl?
Well, luckily, I went before the spray tan, because I'd be like, I would have ran and gotten soap and just started lathering in the friggin' CVS. But okay, one more little thing about the CVS, and then you go to your granny rant.
Yeah.
There was a table set up outside, which I, for like asking for donations. And I was relieved because it was for ASPCA, who I donate monthly to.
Yeah.
So I was like, I strutted in. Normally I'd be like, and let me like move behind every collar so I can talk to you.
And I'm aggressively answering an email on my phone and cannot be bothered.
Oh, I'll fake phone calls. But or when you say it when you're like, I don't know if this actually, is this a Christian organization?
Yeah.
I don't want to donate to this.
Yeah.
But so I was like, ASPCA, I'm strutting in, right? I'm holding beans.
Yeah.
And
I'm the poster girl.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I was like, excuse me. So I'm holding beans and I give them like already been a member for 8 years, like finger gun,
Yeah.
And I come back out and they were like, look at that dog. And I was like, I know. And they go, that looks like dog pool. which is the dog from Deadpool, the ugliest dog in the UK.
Yeah.
And I go, I know, right? She got 2 callbacks but didn't land the role. And as I walked off, I realized they thought I was serious.
I would have thought you were serious.
I mean, I sold it pretty good.
For half a second, I was like, did he audition? That would be amazing.
But they were like, damn, that's pretty cool, man. Just talking about. So they left, went back to ASPCA, and they were like, we met the dog who almost also with Dogpool.
That's a fun rumor to start.
That's a really fun one.
That's a sweet rumor that Beans was so close. so close.
She's been really grieving the last few weeks as it's broken box office records.
True. I mean, yeah, that movie's crazy.
It's crazy.
We love Audible here at This Might Get Weird, and you should too. Listening on Audible helps your imagination soar, whether you listen to stories, motivation, expert advice. I just finished listening to Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown, and God, I love the way she reads her books. Whether you're into any genre you love, you can be inspired to imagine new worlds, new possibilities, new ways of thinking. Listening can lead to positive change in your mood, your habits, and ultimately your overall well-being. Audible has the best selection of audiobooks without exception, along with popular podcasts and exclusive Audible originals, all in one easy app. Find the genres you love and discover new ones. Explore bestsellers, new releases, plus thousands of included audiobooks, podcasts, and originals that members can listen to all they want, with more added all the time. Enjoy Audible anytime. Listen while you're doing other things, household chores, exercising, whether you're on the road, commuting, you name it. Audible makes it easy to be inspired and entertained as part of your everyday routine without needing to set aside extra time. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free 30-day Audible trial and get your first audiobook free. Visit audible.com/TMGW. Again, audible.com/TMGW.
Okay, what's your granny rant, girl?
My granny rant is, I love me some word games. Every day, I got a little ritual, the Wordle, and then the Mini. And
I love the Mini.
You introduced me to the Mini, and I'm big into the Mini. I don't even care how fast I'm solving it. I'm just trying to go swiftly. I'm not trying to break a record. Also, sometimes I'll solve it in like 34 seconds, and I'm like, how is that not a record? Or something. Give me something. They're just like, good job again.
I wonder if you did break a record, if it would notify you, or it's just like, whatever.
I know, I haven't really looked into it. But then I do my connections, and then I finish it out with...
Connections is new for me.
Is it? Okay, I finish it out with strands. Do you play strands?
Is that where you like draw lines between things?
No, that's tile something. Or no, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. We are so...
Old women.
I'm Fort Lauderdale. You're like a trendy woman, an older woman in a cardigan, and we're talking strands.
Yeah. No, this is why I wasn't sure I was going to go granny rant, but this is truly a granny rant. That's Letterbox. You're talking about Letterbox.
Okay.
I played that before. That's fun. Then they came out with strands.
Okay.
And I was like, here we go. I love when they put a new little beta tested game on the side.
Okay.
The thrill of that. Truly secured my elder millennial status. I'm just like, oh, is this more words?
Hey, we're young and cool. We went out to dinner at like 8 last night.
I honestly, going out-ish late, I was like, this is crazy how many people are out. I felt like a Make-A-Wish that had been brought out to like the nighttime, and I was just looking around at people like, this is what I feel so foreign.
I watched you. We were sitting on Fresco, which, by the way, I forget his name, but
Greg. Shout out to Greg.
Greg came over and worked at the restaurant and gave us champagne. It was so sweet.
We swiftly dropped a glass of it and broke glass on the sidewalk.
Shattered everywhere.
Not our fault. But it was an angle.
We were a little lopsided. But I was just watching you look around. Like,
couldn't believe it.
Are we supposed to be out this late?
It's 8:30. Truly feel like an alien out in the world lately. So I was just like taking notes of like, look at all of these people, just like they do this. This is why. And then Greg sidles up and he's like, oh my God, I grew up with you. And I was like, is that a problem? I'm so sorry.
Me too, Greg. Me too.
Greg, the internal monologue that has been happening before you got up here is me wondering if I'm allowed to be out with these people.
So growing up on the internet did a number on us.
Also, yeah, he's also had the vibe of the coolest young person I've ever met. And so I was so intimidated by him immediately.
No point to shout it out because he's like, this is my last shift anyway. And we were like, well, we're not even going to, now I don't have a regular place to get free drinks.
Damn.
Anyway, okay, so you're doing your new game.
So we're doing Strands, and if you've never played it, it's basically like a crossword, but they give you a theme.
Okay.
So like today's theme, home stretch, and like that's supposed to give you the clues of the words that you find.
I love that.
But the theme sucks every day.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense to me. And then you're supposed to find, there's literally one word that goes across the entire board.
Ooh.
That is like the actual theme of the board. And
what the hell does that mean?
That's what I'm talking about. I've been losing my mind over this because the theme, and look, so today's theme is home stretch, but then the words that I'm finding are deck and patio. So it's like home stuff.
Things that stretch out your home.
Is that what it is? Because every day the theme is like sort of a pun, but not really, and it's become very difficult to find these words, and it's been frustrating me every morning. And I try to tell Elliot about it,
and he's not having it.
He agrees that sometimes the theme, because you can get hints, you can just find any word regardless of it being on theme, and it'll give you a hint, and then it'll show you like a word. So you can cheat in this very much, very easily, which is what I used to do, and now I'm trying to play for real. And it is...
I'm getting sucked in. I can take this away from me.
Right? So it's a fun way to round out your morning of wordplay. But
I can't tell if you're granny ranting or if you're recommending this.
Well, I'm doing both. I'm asking for... I think it's frustrating because the themes seem like they're sort of puns, but not... entirely, so they're very unhelpful a lot of the time, but maybe it is very possible I don't understand how to play this game.
Do you think AI just creates these games for us now? There's like,
possible.
did there used to be, good God, I'm a redneck, did there used to be, is that even like proper grammar?
Yeah.
Was there?
Yes.
Did there used to be, like an actual human who was like, hey, the name's Tony Baloney, and I make
crosswords.
The crossword puzzle.
Yes. Yeah. There definitely used to be humans that do it. I mean, like, there's a whole history of the New York Times crossword, and, like, there's competitions for it. There's, like, a whole culture around it. A culture I don't really know much about.
I always thought it was, like, the classiest thing I'd ever seen in the world.
Yeah.
When you'd be watching a movie, and it'd be like... Babe, make some coffee. I'm doing the New York Times Sunday crossword puzzle, and I'd be like, "You're a fucking woman."
You're in Mensa. That is the smartest thing a human could possibly do. Is the Sunday one? That's the hardest one.
You pay your taxes.
Yeah.
You
Insane.
are a grown up.
Anyway, this is I love crosswords and I love word searches.
Yeah.
But this is a word search. Maybe I said crossword. This is a word search, and the structure of the game has thrown me off and frustrated me, but maybe I'm doing it completely wrong. That's up for interpretation. Happy to hear your guys' thoughts on the New York Times word games.
Here's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Because I think now you can do like personalized crosswords, like you generate. So it'd be like, hey, here's 30 inside joke questions, and here's the answers. Then you go, and then like some generator's like, now here's a crossword puzzle made from all these answers.
Oh.
I mean, like I feel like that exists online, right?
Oh, I thought you were saying it does.
I think it has to.
Yeah, I would assume.
I've made a very small crossword puzzle. I remember as like an extra credit project.
Nice.
In elementary school, they're like, we're gonna need you to do a book report. I was like, what if instead I made a crossword puzzle about this book, and then we handed it out to the class, and I got to be the bearer of good fun.
There you go.
I am so Christy from Babysitters Club. It pains me, but that would be a fun thing to do on like our podcast knowledge.
Yeah, the way that people make bingo boards.
Bingo's just numbers.
Yeah. I think a crossword would be super fun.
If you were like, what was the name of Mamrie's possum?
Randy.
There we go.
Bam.
There we go.
Randy 1, Randy 2.
And then you'd be like, what did Gracie, and then this letter down, what would Gracie come out of the top of like a Fiat sunroof? Dildo. You'd use the D from Randy to make
I
dildo.
forgot. I totally forgot. It would be helpful to refresh my memory. That's why I do these word games to start, just to keep my brain a little sharper than it is.
Oh.
Speaking of stuff that's not as sharp as we hope it would be.
Jesus.
Breaking in the Olympics. This
oh my God, this girl.
This is the #1 requested thing
to talk about
this week. And I'm sure by the time this episode goes up, it has been talked out, memed out. But Ray Gun, the Australian B-girl that is sweeping the internet.
She looked like she was actually sweeping the floor with her body.
Honestly, this hit me in such a way. And I was like, why is this affecting me so much? And this is like, when we first started making YouTube videos, like 2010, this is how I believed people saw us. When we walked in the room and someone was like, what do you do? We're like, we make YouTube videos. That's what they're imagining in their mind.
Oh no.
And so watching this, I was like, oh God, I get this girl. I feel like part of me was this girl, but she's
how old is Ray Gun?
36.
Whoa!
And she's got a PhD in cultural studies.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Her thesis was titled Deterritorializing Gender in Sydney's Breakdancing Scene, a B-Girl's Experience of B-Boying.
So she's an undercover. She's an undercover girl.
She's like 360 on breakdancing.
She came in and she was like, I'm ready to learn. And then they had no idea she was like doing this for her PhD.
Perhaps.
She should be played by Sandra Bullock.
I mean, it's truly...
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, she made quite a splash. It's...
Here, did anyone else come from that continent?
From Australia? I think there might have been 2 girls and 2 boys from each country. That might be wrong, but that's what I thought it was. It was like USA sends 2 female representatives and 2 male representatives.
Were the other Australian breakdancers
did anyone else try?
As bad?
Did anyone else compete? Honestly, I think it's pretty great.
I think it's great. So, look,
she's having the best time.
Yeah.
She's trying hard, and she's doing moves I've never seen anyone do at the Olympics before.
I didn't know if she needed a gold medal or an EpiPen.
Yeah.
Okay?
There was a lot to learn with breaking being in its inaugural year in the Olympics.
I got broke.
Yeah.
Okay? She braked me in. The thing is, and we talked about this a little bit when we were walking out after 8 p.m. last night to dinner.
Yeah, so who knows how R-rated the conversation got so late into the night.
So crazy. But we were talking about it, and I was like, look, either she realizes she's not as good as everyone and she's just having fun, so you got to give it up to her.
Yeah.
Or she is so delusional about her skill set that she doesn't care either way. That she's truly being like well, fuck the haters.
Yeah.
They don't understand my art form.
Very JoJo Siwa.
You know? Yeah, very. Oh, God, have you seen her?
Everyone's saying the JoJo Siwa choreograph her breaking set. Which, internet's making connections.
Have you seen the new JoJo? She's trying to get this, like, elephant stomp thing going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
But JoJo, here's the thing. She's never going to recreate the magic of the first dance move that broke the internet a couple months ago.
She can surely try.
She's trying real hard.
Doing it.
She's been trying to make sharp shoulder pads happen.
Yeah.
She's just really going for it.
Yeah, she's putting herself out there.
JoJo could break dance in the Olympics.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the women's opening round, and I already was not feeling very well that day. And I started to watch it on the couch, and I was just like, huh. And I've been so into the Olympics, so impressed by everyone's stories and everyone. And so I was like, hell yeah. Because even when I went,
I think it's going to be cool.
I went and I had my final round of infusions, and one of the nurses was like, are you watching break? Like, she was super in the Olympics too, and she's like, breaking starts on Friday. And I was like, oh, okay, good to know. And so I was like, let me turn this on. And then I just didn't understand, like, there was so much of it that I didn't understand, like, how they scored, but I was like, okay, here we go, it's brand new.
No, another thing we said last night is watching just that clip, because I didn't watch it in context of other dancers, like, I just saw her.
Yeah.
It felt like a movie that, like, UCB would make.
Yeah.
You know, they'd be like, we're making a movie about, like, some wrestling. You know what I mean? Where they'd be like, they're really just taking this one stupid little niche thing and creating and going through the formula of plot. And here's the bad breakdancer. This is what it felt like to me, where it was like, oh, here comes a micro budget UCB movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hi, I'm Ray Gunn. I'm gonna get my PhD, but first I'm gonna get pretty hard dancing.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I have absolute
auditioned for it.
Full respect for all of the athletes. I'm curious what the breaking community
Feels about it?
Yeah, feels about like the debut of it, because
Well, check that website, Breaking News.
nice.
Nailed it.
Because even if they continue with it, because I'm like,
Yeah.
the internet has. There's two ways you can go about it. They could be like, well, the internet made fun of it so much, we're gonna get rid of it, or you
As
can
an actual whole division.
But I would be like, everyone would be looking forward to LA's Olympic Games and breaking.
Well, here's the thing. At least in Australia,
Yeah.
I would immediately pitch a TV show called like Breaking in LA or something. And it's like, this is a competition show
Yeah.
for people who have never breakdanced in their life, that I'm going to train you up to get good enough. We're going to do a documentary to get you good enough to go to the next Olympic Games as a breakdancer.
Like
because the bar is that low.
Yeah.
I feel like it gave everyone hope.
Breaking back.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, should we call Ray Gun and pitch this? Hey, we have an opportunity for you to get back into it. We're huge breakers.
I could not compete in the Olympics in any competition except now I know for Australia for breakdancing.
Yeah. I mean,
It gives hope.
There
for
was
a common man.
Exactly. I mean, we all saw the Turkish shooter. Everyone's been doing this after they win medals too in other events that they do just the pose. Did you hear? Actually, this was very inspiring.
I don't know what you're going to do when these Olympics end.
I know. It's really, there will be a huge hole of entertainment.
I know.
Well, Love is Blind UK will start back up again.
Yeah. Oh, there's some good stuff about to pop off.
I can't wait. Anyway, this Turkish sharpshooter, Yusuf, one of the great quotes after he won his gold medal, he said, "At that moment, everyone says I seemed very calm, but actually storms were raging inside me." How relatable. How relatable.
I love that.
I know, it's like amazing. And he also has like a bunch of cats, and there's like photos of him with his cat.
I saw it. It's very cute. It's very cute. Well, storms are raging inside of me to get this damn tan off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious for all of you watching from the start of this to now, Mamrie has gotten darker.
I want to know how many of you slowly but surely had to raise the brightness on your computer.
Big reminder, we have added a second show to London.
It's going to be so fun because it's a matinee on a Saturday. It's at 3:30, which is like peak silliness, I feel like.
It's so exciting. Yeah, it's, what is it, November 16th, Saturday.
We still have some tickets left in Dublin, so if you're thinking about getting it, get it. These are the only shows we're doing this trip.
Yeah.
I don't think we're like gonna launch anymore as much as we'd like to.
I gotta dip my toe back in
to travel
a little bit at a time and try not to commit to too much.
Absolutely. So get your tickets to Dublin, get your matinee tickets to London. Everything about coming. We are so freaking excited.
It's gonna be so fun.
Oh my god! But for now, I've got exciting news. I told you right before. Got upgraded to first class tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Check out this tan girl with some bad airplane food. I'm so excited. So
sweet.
Maybe next time when we record, this will be like an actual tan.
We'll see.
Not this dark.
We'll see. We'll have to see. It's going to be quite a week. You're going to Mexico. I'm going camping.
Oh,
right. The adventure.
Wow.
Yeah. This is gonna make us or break us.
Well, you will find out in a week, and this got weird.
Yep.